everything's gonna be alright.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete
Everything's gonna be alright.
Is it gonna be all right? Okay, hello. This is a quick live stream to complain about AI and what happened last night, and I'm going to share my screen with you right now. Let me just make sure it's lined up. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, so I made a thumbnail. This is the beginning of it all. Made a thumbnail. I was going to show you the thumbnail, but I have to now prepare. Let me try one more time. I'll show you. Let me turn that music off. It's probably echoing. So yeah, last night, let's turn that off. So okay, let me just share my screen with you. I guess yeah, there it is. Oops, add to stage. There it is right there. So I don't know. Do you think he looks like me? That really wasn't the problem. The problem is that I was trying to create a thumbnail for last night's live stream with Diddy. Let me show you what it looked like. Actually, I think I have. I'm just going to paste it right on top of that. So let me just make sure you can see it. And as you can see, this image that I put out last night is still there. I'm going to replace it. But as you can see, I gave 3 assets to, this was ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I said, I need a 16:9 ratio thumbnail with me and Dr. Diddy. She's wearing the suspenders and incorporate the HeyGen logo. Well, here's my main question. Where is it? Here? Why did it suddenly not use the picture I gave it? Let me show you what I gave it. Okay, I gave it these 3 assets. Okay, and that's the picture I would have preferred. I mean, honestly, I could have made a thumbnail like this and maybe skinnied me up here. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. You grab the black part that when you double click and take that there. Now it looks kind of cool. And maybe I could have made HeyGen bigger, and maybe I could have done all black because it would have matched. I'm not trying to make it right now, but this is like the thumbnail I wanted. Maybe I would have written something in here about what the title was, but I gave it to AI, and AI gave me this thing. And why am I so angry? And it doesn't really look like me, but it's almost kind of creepy how close it is, you know. And Dr. Diddy, I think it did a great job making her look good, and it's like the image, but me, it totally changed it. Like, why did you change my picture but not hers? So I asked for help. Now here is a 16:9 ratio. I had to actually extend it. I'll talk about that in a second. Let me make sure. So yeah, the ChatGPT conversation for that one last night, I didn't spend a lot of time. I was in a hurry, so I just used it. But then today I said to Grok, here it is, Grok, I want you to quickly make a picture of George Washington cutting down the cherry tree about to, how do you say it? Let me try to change this layout here. I like it better this way. There we go. Yay. Okay, so I said, okay, that's fine, but I wanted it to be a cartoon. And I wanted him to say something. He's about to say, Father, you know the story. I cannot tell a lie. He is actually, that's not a, sorry, I'm not doing well. And I didn't refill my coffee either. Okay, let me try that again. I wanted to get like right before George Washington said to his father, I cannot tell a lie. I said, okay, so I don't have room for a text bubble in these portraits. This is Grok, by the way, because I'm tired of ChatGPT. So I go to Grok and I tell him, well, you can see what I wrote. George Washington as a child standing by the cherry tree, chopped down, and the father listening to George Wah. So voice recognition changed the word Washington to W-A. Why? Give it. And so this is Grok's voice recognition. No, I'm sorry. I think this is Windows. When you hit the Windows and the H, it's the Windows internal voice recognition. So anyways, back to this. Show the stump, the fallen tree, and the axe laying on the ground. Well, you've got the axe not laying on the ground in either of these pictures. You see the kind of a stump. You see a tree chopped up but not cut down. So I said, okay, first of all, I want it to be a cartoon. I want it to be in a landscape orientation, not in this portrait. And it gave me basically the same problems, except it gave me the cartoon. Now, this is Grok. People have been ranting and raving about how smart Grok is, but am I going to pay for this when it can't even get it right? I said, I want you to back out a little bit so we can see their whole bodies. And I also mentioned I want it to be 16:9 orientation. Well, now here we have two adults talking to each other. I don't even know what that is he's got in his hand right there. But it certainly isn't a cherry tree or an axe, that's for sure. Over here, we kind of have him holding a stick, like he's about to beat his father. So the axe is down there. Luckily, he's not holding the axe. Father looks like he's about to pick up the axe and hack his child to death. I was getting angry already because I'd never even finished this task, this project. 16:9 ratio for the orientation of the image. I told you 3 times now, and now you're showing me pictures of 2 adults. So I'm complaining to Grok. Oh, Grok kind of got the picture. You got what I want that, except the problem is that's not a cherry tree. And where's the stump? The stump's not there. Okay, and this, how do you do that to a tree with an axe? Did he cut that out of that? It just doesn't make sense. And now we're starting to have the father look more like George Washington than the kid. Here's the other version. Now that's pretty good, except where's the cherry tree? This is not a cherry tree. And that doesn't look like George Washington anymore. So I'm trying to say AI is wasting our time. So I gave it this long, I'm using voice recognition here, and telling him this is not working out. So finally he gave me this. Now we have like George Washington looking down at a chopped down, not cherry tree. This one, because Grok gives you 2 every time. And this time he's pointing at the stump. What happened to the axe? It's still not a cherry tree. I mean, how many times do I have to do this? So I said, make it a cherry tree. That's the story. And so he gives us this. Now there's more of a cherry tree look. If you don't know what a cherry tree, now what is that on the ground? Is that the axe? Not really sure what happened to the whole style of art here, but those 2 trees, that one is connected. So you can see this tree has an erection, and this tree is just coming out of nowhere, probably the tree next to it. Crossing swords. Don't understand what AI is thinking. And here again, now the kid's accusingly pointing at the man, not George Washington. And look at the eyes there. Not figuring out what's going on with his eyes. He looks like he's like maybe a doctor from India. What kind of clothes are those? Is that from George Washington's age? And over here, the cherry tree, I don't know what's going on with it. It looks like somebody chopped it up at the top, but there's no axe. What's that on the ground? The piece of the, I don't know. This is Grok, okay? So Grok isn't doing much better. I yelled at it more. I went on, and now we have again George Washington looking down at not a cherry tree, right? And what's going on is with that little hole in the log. I don't get it. I'm done with like wasting time. Again, he barely scratched the surface. There's some cherries, okay? There's some cherries, but it's not a cherry tree. Those red ones, those pink ones look like cherry blossoms. Maybe this could be a cherry tree, but cherry trees are skinny. They don't get all thick like this log on the ground. It's just making me more and more frustrated. AI is stupid. I gave up. Okay. Making the thumbnail today, I started with, where was it? Here. I started with, again, create. I had to use the other browser, which I can't show you. Because I was using a different browser because ChatGPT in my Chrome is logged into my name and I have the company browser. I said, take the lady out. I said, take the lady and the hey gen out of this image and focus on the man. Get a little bit centered on the man and create it at a 16:9 ratio landscape thumbnail image. Now, this is what I got. I copied it and pasted it into my template. This is a thumbnail image right here. So I can, you know, I guess there's a bunch of stuff I can do in this case. And I did even say, I said, please recreate it. And this time put AI is stupid in the white area on the right-hand side. Let me see what that gets while I'm going to show you what I had to do here. So like, hate it when I do that. I just backed out. Let me try it again. You have to be on the right one. There we go. Okay, that's good. Now, there's several things you can do to make this image fit a thumbnail. Because if you don't, you have bars on the side, right? So I could make it, stretch it out like that. But I really hate to make myself look fat. You should see how skinny I am. I lost 40 pounds. I am down to 209 today. So we can do this, and we can kind of stretch it like that. And with that in mind, if you really want to work with this in detail, you want to get rid of the part. You want to crop that out of there. Whoops, I didn't do it right. Dang it. Well, the way that works is you put it right there, and then you drag the image down. Thank you, Google Drive. All right, so there you have it there. That's a thumbnail. Now, look at what it did. It actually did a pretty good job. Let me copy this image here that I just created. So let's get rid of that, and let's put the thing in. Again, it'll leave bars on the sides, right? If this is centered here, you're going to have a bar on both sides, and they'll be black. And so what do I do? Again, I have to kind of tweak with it. ChatGPT and Grok do not save it. That's ChatGPT right there. They did not save us time. I had to go through this. I had to put it into Google Drive and mess with it. I am surprised that it got the text okay, but I want it capital, and I can't change that. And if I go back and say, give it a capital S, it's going to actually turn that into something that I just can't use at all, just like what happened last night. So anyways, I have 4 comments. Hey, thanks for giving me those. Let me share those comments with you right now. Thank you. Hamburglar 123. How you doing? Let me get this figured out. Let me just put me large. I think I'm pretty much done, right? Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. World's oldest cave art. That's according to Graham Hancock in Twitter. Don't want to not that. We don't need these two. Let's get rid of those. So I'm done paying for ChatGPT. I paid for it when I was doing Cosmic Summit to help me prepare. But honestly, Grok, I could have just gone to Google and I could have just, searched the image that are already on there, something like that. Even though it's not fallen down, I probably could have just grabbed that. Shutterstock.com. This one, I don't know about that. That one's weird. Weird art. And look, it's the George Washington adult face. That's just kind of creepy for what I wanted to do. Now, here we go. This is exactly what I was trying to create, except I wasn't going to say that. What I was going to say was, Father, I cannot tell a lie, but it was an invasive species. Boom. It was going to be so funny. All right. So Hamburglar also says, I hate it too. It sucks ass. Yeah, it does. I could just Google images that are already up there to get the job done. And so I try to use Grok. I try to use all these other ones, and it just keeps letting me down. And the more you prompt it, the more it sucks. So yeah, his eyes, what's going on with his eyes? His eyes are weird. And that wasn't a father figure for George Washington. Like, there's ChatGPT, instead of saying, would you like me to prepare more research in this aspect of your topic? Why don't you anticipate it and just give me a taste of it? Yeah, the guy's eyes, and the AI did a ritual, and his pupils get that. AI dude did a ritual and his pupils got effed. Yeah. And the whole AI data centers, power company racketeering going on. Exactly. See, this is the thing. Like, for example, take COVID. COVID made a lot of money for a lot of people, and they exploited COVID, whether or not it was concocted in a lab, like we all think. I wrote a book on COVID called Not SARS, Just Sex 25 years ago. And, well, maybe more like 20, maybe more like 18. So we know that they grab these topics, climate change, just like that cartoon was talking about, or, the whole woke LGBTQ thing, all these things, like with Dylan Mulvaney and Bud. It's money, 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 or power. You know, that's what Diddy was saying yesterday. And this AI thing is the same story. They're giving it to us so they can exploit it and charge us for it. Oh, did you pay your AI tax? Oh, you got to pay your AI tax. So, and last night we spent about 90 minutes, Dr. Diddy and I, talking about Heijin and how to create lip syncing videos. And all I can say is her advice is sound. You might pay for a month like I did with Heijin, but we're not going to pay for a year. And we're going to immediately cancel. I accidentally didn't, and now that's turning out to be kind of a good thing because of the work that we're getting done. Anyways, AI is stupid. Let's stop trying to put all our efforts into using AI. I have to do it sometimes, right? I have to use AI sometimes for certain things. But then when you're trying to be creative and artistic, AI gives you nonsense that just disappoints and brings you down and makes you frustrated. And yeah, I was running out of memory right before Cosmic Summit, so I paid the $20. It solved the memory problem, and I was doing really good preparation, getting a lot of my PowerPoints solved and removing slides that were not important. It was really helping me. And then, you know, I got into it, and it would suddenly just give up the ghost, even though I paid for it. I would just give up the ghost, and especially when it's making graphics, spreadsheets. I was trying to make a little spreadsheet automatic so it would take data and put it into a spreadsheet for me. It was doing so well. And then it just gave up the ghost and just failed. So I'm done with paying. I'll never pay for Grok. I'll never pay for ChatGPT. You get stuff for free. I might pay for animation stuff, lip syncing. I'll pay for if it's better than what Heijin is doing now. But things are always changing, and things are sometimes free in the beginning. I was just checking out a new thing called, I actually used it before, but Diddy reminded me of it last night. Okay, I lost it. Where is it? Somewhere around here. Okay, I don't know where I put it. But anyways, I was going to show you that it takes long videos and creates shorts out of them. And I was doing that in CapCut, and I was paying for CapCut at the time, and I stopped. And, you know, I thought I might have to pay for CapCut again because of the captions. Heijin does a good job with captions. Anyways, I'm about to end the stream. Thank you so much, especially Hamburglar123. You made my day with your comments. Last chance to ask some questions. I'm going to try to do a stream like this. If you miss the opportunity to talk or ask questions, then what you can do is put a comment down below, and I'll interact with you down below. I don't have so many subscribers that I ain't going to respond to your comment down below, right? All right. Okay, and now I can turn on some music, or I can just end the stream. What does he say? Mike from Multiverse. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that was you. Always good to see you too. And yes, I'm done. First of all, putting the text into the thumbnail. That's the one thing I'll never ask it to do anymore. Instead, I'll just do that by myself. And secondly, so I always have to use a thumbnail template in my Google Drive. And then you've got the problem with AI creating me looking like that dude in the thumbnail. I don't know. I think the hair looks better than my hair. That's for sure. I'd love to have that hair. The glasses are exactly the same. The beard, I think mine kind of looks cooler from the side over here. And that's why I wanted to use that side profile shot. But instead, ChatGPT just decided, you know, out of the blue, I'll create an avatar and I'll give him 3-dimension. No, just put the picture in there, just like you did with Dr. Diddy. Dr. Diddy, I think he made brighter colors, and it was definitely clearer because I used a little tiny picture from the What's Up. And so I just grabbed it and threw it in there. And fine, it made it larger and better looking. And then me, it's suddenly I'm this guy who looks like a Gaffigan. And I'm sorry, I don't like Gaffigan. So that's that. Thanks again, Mike. Glad that you told me it was you, Hamburglar123. All right, I am out of here. It's good to see you. And yeah, I should be seeing you in Scottsdale. You know, the funny thing about your live the other night was, where was Jimmy in that picture? Is Jimmy still in Scottsdale? Also, the guy from the Y-Files, I didn't see his picture in there. Is he also going to be in Scottsdale still? So I'm probably going to have to go update that and find out. But at the same time, I was just wondering why you didn't show his picture in that. You have a 5-second chance. Who's this guy? Probably have to make this guy get who is it? Johnny CFI. What does CFI? And okay, well that's thank you for telling me, and I'm glad Jimmy's still in there. And I'm sorry AJ had to back out. It's too bad because I was actually really looking forward to talking to him as well. Now I have to go and unsubscribe from him. No, just kidding. Gabin Tang, what are you talking? What country is this Johnny CFI guy in? You know what I have to say to that? This is what I have to say.